irrespective of what some governments or some people may say, the world is global and is becoming global. Therefore, everybody knows what is happening everywhere. You just need to put on your phone and you get the information. So everybody knows what is happening everywhere. The second thing I'd like to say is that the world is becoming more and more urbanized. We're having lots and lots of cities. Lagos State is approaching 20 million. That's a lot of countries if you're in Europe. That's a lot of people. The world is becoming more and more digitized, and we're becoming more and more connected. Also, the banking system needs to cater to the old people. I like that. But the banking people needs to cater for the young people. The young people are impatient. This is the age of now. So if you put all of this together, where does it put the banks? You need to deal with a large number of people that has all the information and want it now. And you need to be able to scale it. And they don't want to bank with only one bank. They want to bank with multiple banks, and they want to shop around with the best rate, with the best price at all times. To be able to solve for this as we go into the future, the banking system, we have to start taking another look at our business model. Because our current business model of every bank trying to do everything for ourselves is not going to be sustainable into the future. Because the cost structure is going to make it difficult for us to be able to deliver banking services to people at a price point they can afford. Therefore, in the future, I expect certain activities that are not basis of competition for the industry to come together. For example, all the compliance-related activities, they're not basis of competition. They are information that needs to be rendered to the relevant authority, and the authority should allow the banking industry to come together for them to be able to take that in one go. Information about who is who is not basis of competition. Identity card is not basis of competition. So those things we want the banking industry in the future to be able to tap it as a social good. As banking industry, we need to collaborate, identify things that are not basis of competition. In other words, think about airline industry. If all of them are to have their own sales agent that is dedicated to them in terms of people booking, then it's a lot of cost. If the airline industry are to operate their own terminals, all of each airline operating its own terminal, that's a lot of cost. And for banks, if all of us were to operate our own branches in the future, it's going to be a lot of cost. And I think the regulators who are in the room needs to see if the banking industry is to invest in digital, because that is important for the future. They cannot continue to be mandated to invest in physical, which are the branches, because it is like asking the mobile network operators to lay wires across the countries when they know that the mobile phone is actually going to be transmitted in the air. So the challenges we face is a lot. The banking services have to become cheaper and cheaper. Banks have to become more inclusive, because everybody should have the ability to participate in the banking industry. And the way to do that is to bring the cost down and to be able to include a lot of people. When I started working about 18 months ago in Ecobank, we had 13 million customers across Africa. And we said our 5-year objective is 100 million. Now, 100 million may sound a lot, but that doesn't even completely solve the problem. It means that we just set a stage to allow the rest of our colleagues to participate. So in the future, banking services should be cheaper. People should be able to save easily. People should not go to banks should come to them. In other words, you get to use in their offices, in their homes. And finally, somebody told me a story, and I will just finish with that. She said she went to the US and she needed to talk to her bank. The bank is in Nigeria, and I won't mention the name of the bank. So because the time zone is different, She then had to wait for when the bank opened and to be able to make call to somebody. And I said, well, that's a lot of, he said she did that for about 2-3 days and she had to give up. In the future, there shouldn't be banking hours. The banks should remain open consistently to be able to respond to people. Now, how do you do that? It's by using technology to be able to respond. All the chats that we do today, technology can allow us to respond to inquiries quickly on a 24-hour basis, on 7 days in a week, 52 weeks in a year. That is the direction all of us have to go. And the banks don't have to do all of this by ourselves. We need to allow other players in the industry, the fintech, the service industry, the mobile network operators, and everybody to participate in the areas they can best do. Thank you.